Hey, I'm Teja. I'm a developer relations engineer for Harness STO, and in this video we're going to look in how you can configure notifications for your exemption management. So we look at how you can actually set up these notifications to get notified whether you are as a developer to know the status of your exemption request, or as a security person to be notified for the requests that are made by your development teams. So to begin with, we can configure these notifications right at this project scope, or you can configure these at the organization or at the account scope. So I'm going to go into the account level and then show you how you can do that so that you can do the same for the organization or the project level. Starting from the account settings, you can just get into the notification management option. You need to have the feature flag enabled right at this point to have this feature available in your account settings. So once you have it, just get in there. From there, you need to configure two things. One is to set up the rules, and then the other is channels. Let's go ahead, start with channels, and from there you can just click on new channel. So this is basically the medium to which the notifications need to be sent. I'm going to set as STO org channel as an example channel, and from there I'm going to go continue. From here you can choose whether to connect it through the platform or through the delegate, and from there, here is the option you have to choose the channel type. In this case, I'm going to go stick with Slack, but for any of the other channel types, you have the documentation entirely presented in Harness Developer Hub. So refer to the documentation for all of its options. For now, I'm going to go stick with Slack, and from here, it requires a Slack webhook URL. You will get it once you have a Slack app created, which I have it already. I'm going to go ahead, copy this webhook URL, come back to the notification method settings, and then paste it up, give a quick test. Good to go. So let's go ahead, click submit, and done. We have the STO org channel Slack configured. And then I wanted to have another channel created. This is specifically as an email channel probably. I'm going to keep it as dev team email as a channel name, but I'm going to give my email address here. So select it up, and then I'm going to choose the channel name as email for here. And then in this case, I'm going to just choose my email address, and then you can just do some edits because the single email. Yeah. So you have the dev team email channel and then the STO org channel have created. So we are good with all the channels that we have created. One is for the Slack, another is for the email. So we look at how it actually looks in both Slack notification and also at the email message. So let's go ahead to the rules and start creating a new rule right up here. Click on new notification. From there, I'm going to go ahead, give it a name as notify exemption request. So let's go ahead, continue. And here you need to select security test exemptions. So this is the resource type that you have to select. Once you have it, you will have the option to specifically select your organizations, or you can choose all organizations. But when you go ahead and select specified organizations, I'm going to go for default at this point, and then you can just continue. So right here, this notification will be applied throughout your organization. But when you go for organization level, you have the option to select specifically for the projects as how you have the option for organizations here. So let's go ahead, click on adding a condition. And from here, I'm going to put up the condition saying on exemption request. The event is obviously these two as you have here, but the one I'm going to choose is security test exemption request. So which means whenever a developer requests an exemption, you will be notified about the exemption request. And then you have another one which is about exemption status change. So this is for existing exemption request which had a new update, whether it's approved, rejected, or cancelled. On those events, the notification will be sent to. So we'll be using this one in the next notification of the next rule that we create just for the dev team. But for now, I'm going to go choose this STO test exemption request. So just click on that and then just apply it. So we're good. Just continue. And the channel I'm going to put is about the STO org channel that we just created. Apply selected. Submit. There you go. Perfect. So let's go ahead, create another notification, and this is specifically for the dev teams to be notified about the status change on their exemption request. So I'm going to say notify status change. So let's go continue, and I'm going to choose the security test exemptions, specified organizations, default, the same things that we have just did. Add condition. Let's just going to say it as on status change. And the event is obviously the one as we thought, which is about security test exemption status changed. So let's go ahead, apply, continue. Then you have the option to choose as channels, and that is where we're going to choose the dev team email, which is having my email underneath, of course. So I'm going to go say apply selected and submit. There you go. We have two notifications configured. One is to the Slack to notify on exemption request. Another is to email to notify on any change or any update on the status change of those exemption requests. So let's go ahead, test it up. I'm going to get into a pipeline execution window. I get into the vulnerabilities tab. I'm going to go be a developer right now, having a developer hat, just opening up a specific issue and then creating an exemption request. So let's go ahead, request exemption. And from here, I'm going to choose this simply as target this time. And then I'm going to say it about 30 days, reason, acceptable risk. And I just want to say it as, there you go. I'm going to go ahead, create request. Looks successful. Exemption request successfully created. Let's go ahead to the Slack and then check this out. So right in my channel, there you go. We have the notification created, which says about the issue title with saying it as an active debug code with the severity set to the medium of the issue. And then we have the scan tool information along with the organization that it belongs to in the project alongside. Then you have the literal scope at which the developer is requesting for the exemption, which is the target in this case. And then you have the requester email along with the expiration details. And most importantly, you have the reason at which detailing about the acceptable use and the one that we have given here. So right from here, I'm changing my hat from a developer to a security engineer or an AppSec team. So from here, as an AppSec person, I get to review all of this. And then from there, I'm going to click into the view exemption in Harness. So this will take me to the actual exemption section in Harness and open up the actual request. From here, I can see all the details about the exemption, and from there I see the targets impacted. I can even further get into the view execution results, but that's a different story. But from here we have the notification details. From here I can click on it and I can see and review all the details and then choose to approve or reject. If I choose to approve based upon the permissions you have, you can choose it to approve. As I approve this, I'm going to say approving notification. So let's go ahead, approve this. Done. So this exemption request is now approved. So the next step is where this will be notified to the developer that their exemption request is approved. So let's get into our email, which is configured as a channel, and then check this. So here I am inside the email notification. It starts by the subject with the status change to approved, and then the issue details along with the scanner and the subproducts within it. Then you get in detail about, you have all the issue details starting with the issue title, severity, scan tool, and then the new status. So this is the actual status changed and the current status. Then you have all the default, which is the organization and the project details scope, and you have the approver email address. In this case, it's both me, but yeah, actually you got it approved by, and then the email is presented, the reason that it already has. Then you have the expiration details and all of that for different statuses. So yeah, this is how you can configure notifications for your security teams or for your development team, particularly to be notified about those events that they need to look in. Thank you.